Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Let me set the context for this education session. There is nothing as an education session on role of Toastmasters which you play in a meeting. Last few meetings when I attend, I find we exceed time or we have difficulty in coordination, which presents a difficult situation for me, not others. It's my difficulty. For the mere fact that when I joined Sunshine in 2001, there were people to help us and tell us what to do and how to do. Unfortunately, in the last 1.5 terms or 1.5 years or 2 years, many of us who are drawn to this movement were absent frequently from the meetings or we were not available for the people who have joined the club. So in the process, as we learn better, whenever we learn only from seeing others doing it. So we saw others doing it in some way, and as a Toastmasters, we have a habit of applauding everything we do. And people who learn newly thought that is a way. In the process, we have learned some things and we have not learned some things. So I am here today to share what is to be done. I am only taking 2 roles because there are 7 roles or 8 roles. You won't have time. So in the 15 minutes or 20 minutes I am going to take up here. I am going to take up 2 roles which are very key to us. One is the Master Sermon or the MC. Another is the General Level. Only 2 roles I am going to take. Actually, these roles are detailed in your manuals. In your Competent Communicator manual, we have all these roles detailed. But as Toastmasters, we generally don't read the book with the enthusiasm of a child when we get a new book. A child gets a new book when it moves from 2nd standard to 3rd standard, it will go through all the book. It will have one subject which is very interesting to you. If it is poetry, the child will go through all the poetry in that night. It may not read fully, but it will run through all the poetry. If its interest is English, it will run through English. If its interest is geography, it will go through geography. But our interest is Toastmasters and we don't run through the manual. Right? I request you to go back and go through a CC manual. You will find all the roles. Before it was not there as part of the Toastmaster manual. So what they used to do, they used to have a separate manual which is called a Toastmasters Wear Many Hats. This is a manual which used to be given from TMI, and I found the original copy of this kept at the Meccan Communication Club and they had bought it in bulk. So I paid 5 rupees for this and bought from UK Sharma. And it is such a wonderful book. I used to give it when I was a president along with the Xerox copy of manual for those people who didn't get it. At least they were in a position to read what this is. I am going to just circulate a copy of General Evaluator and Master Sermon to all of you. And after that I will go through each of them. Right? If there is excess, you can leave it to the VP Education, you can give it to the other people. First we will go to the role of MC. Before you read what is there, let me give you a broad guidelines. For MC, out of the 90-minute meeting, if you have a 90-minute Toastmaster meeting, MC can take at the most 15% of the time, which means around 14 minutes max. That's the maximum time you should take as an MC. And how does he split the timing of 13-14 minutes? His introductory words, introducing the meeting, introducing the session to guests. If there is no guest, you have lesser time. Otherwise, introducing the session, talking about Toastmasters. His initial statements about his theme or whatever it is, you should not take beyond 2 to 3 minutes. Somebody can write it down so that we can total. Initial introduction should not take 2 to 3 minutes. He should introduce the first speaker within a minute. Right? That makes it 4 minutes. Between speakers, he has just half a minute, maximum of 40 seconds to introduce the speaker and go. So if you have 3 speeches in a session, the first 3 minutes plus 100 introduction of the speaker, and take 100 each for other speakers also. So it will be 3 plus 3, 6 minutes he should take. And he can use additional minute when he is between session because he has to capture the theme and go back to his theme, what he wants to say. So between a speaking session, a prepared speech session and a table topic session, he can use 2 minutes max. So which makes it 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8 minutes. Right? Then he comes back from break. Once he comes back from break, you need to make the audience sit back and listen. Right? So that time you can take 2 minutes again to say a small anecdote or a humorous experience or something about the meeting or something to pep up the audience. You can take 2 more minutes. Right? Then invite the GE. It takes 1 minute to invite the GE. Then once the GE hands over and he gives it back to you, how much minutes is left out now out of 14? 4 minutes is left. You can wrap up your session with 4. This 4 minutes additionally you can wrap up with 2 minutes and use 1 more minute for your initial thing or use 1 more minute for your between sessions, between prepared speeches and table topic. Right? Because, and one more main job of MC, whatever you do is subsequently different. This is one breakup of your time. You should not deviate from this time. If you take more time than this, the meeting is going to go beyond what you have scheduled it. So this breakup, every MC should bear in mind. Am I clear? Because every time MC starts the meeting and it takes at least 4-5 minutes before he actually gets into the Toastmaster session. Right? I want you to, that is where the mentoring comes in. This minute is available. Anybody who is having a mentor should go back to his mentor even for MC. So that the mentor can listen to you and edit the speech for the 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever you are planning. If you can do it on your own, nothing like it, but otherwise get it mentor so that the timing is taken care of. Right? The entire meeting is the responsibility of MC. While the planning of the meeting, before the meeting is done by VP Education in terms of speakers and table topic masters, GE, the running of the meeting is the complete responsibility of MC. If you have to start the meeting on time and end the meeting on time, MC kickstarts everything. MC asks the sergeant terms, while we give credit to sergeant terms, MC kickstarts everything. And ensure that the meeting flows in a clockwise precision, whether it is prepared speech or table topic or GE, and gets close. Wherever you find the time is exceeded by somebody, MC can announce it. Since your last time, I request the next assignee to speak within 1 minute. There is nothing wrong. You will be only reflecting some of the audience views when you say this. Right? Then you can go through the the sheet I given for Toastmaster. I'll read some salient features. The main duty of the Toastmaster is to act as a genial host and conduct the entire program, including introducing participants. If the Toastmaster does not perform the duties well, an entire meeting can end in failure. For obvious reasons, this task is not usually assigned to a member until he or she is quite familiar with the club and its procedures. Program participants should be introduced in a way that excites the audience and motivates them to listen. The Toastmaster creates an atmosphere of interest, expectation and receptivity. These are the major objectives of a Toastmaster's role. Please understand. And this role is split into 3. What you have to do prior to the meeting, what you will do during the meeting, and what you will do at the meeting. There are some 3-4 headings given. Prior to the meeting, check with the Vice President to find out who are the assignees. Call the table topic master, discuss his duties. You have to tell what his duties are. Also provide the table topic master with a list of program participants to ensure that those who are not assignees get a topic. Right? That's the role of MC. We don't do it, I'm saying. Call all the speakers in advance, remind them they are speaking, introduce them based on your theme, and take their speech title mental, and if they want to introduce them in a specific way or a specific purpose, take the details from them, because while you will introduce them the way they come across to you, but it is very important to understand the speech title purpose, and if they want to set a context like what Santosh did today to set a context for our speech. Don't feel upset or bad if you find a senior Toastmaster reading from the beginning because the project comes for, they are setting a context. So that my distraction goes off and I can focus on it. Right, that's the role of MC. Prepare introductions for each speaker. Prepare remarks which can be used as a bridge the gap between programs. Remember that performing as a Toastmaster is one of the most valuable experiences at the meeting, before the meeting starts. Arrive early in order to finalize the last minute details. Because you have to fix, MC has to fix the assignees. And when the G enters, give the assignee list to the G. G should not run around. MC should come in advance and fix the counter, grammarian, listener and time. Check with the speakers for any last minute changes. Sit near the front of the room and have your speakers do likewise for a quick and easy access to the lecture. During the meeting, recite with sincerity, that is fine, it's all good. Always lead the applause. People will not know when to applaud. So request all of you to applaud. If you start, everybody will follow. Right? So you have to lead the applause so that you will know when to give an applause. Right? Then remain standing near the lectern after introduction until the speaker comes here and takes over from you. Never leave the lectern empty. The speaker is sitting here, next will be Tarun. You don't get on like this. Okay, be standing there and gesture to Tarun to come this side. If you move here, he will automatically come. Shake hands with him, he moves here, you move this way. And don't go like this. Right? He comes here, you go, don't do that. That looks very odd. And assume you move this side, he also move, then you will be doing this ballet. Right? So ensure that you gesture to him to come this side, he will not, because when you are extending a hand here, he won't come this side. Right? You extend your hand here, shake hands, hand over the left hand, move. So that it makes your movement meaningful. Right? Many times you will find you touch him, brush him and all those things. And if the speaker already tense, he will be further tense. Right? In the process, you may trip his paper or pen, whatever he has. Right? So don't ever get it. You have to have a smooth way of conducting yourself to the lecture. Introduce the general evaluator as your any speaker you introduce. Introduce the table topic master as you do for any speaker. If the table topic master forgets to call for the timer's report, because the voting has to be once again triggered by the MC. Right? Actually, table topic master should set there should be people who cross 1 minute in the table topics are only eligible for a ribbon. Right? After the table topic master should tell the timer, please read out the names of those table topic speakers who have cleared 1 minute and above. Right? Those names will be read out. And you can immediately ask the audience to vote for the best table topic. So that because once you read 10 names, audience will not remember. Once you get on after that, so ask them to vote. If the table topic master forgets it, the MC can do it. Right? Then, at the conclusion of the speaking program, request for the timer report and vote for the best speaker. You will ask the audience to vote for the best speaker before the evaluation process starts. Right? Because I should vote based on my assessment, not on evaluator's feedback. Right? So even before we call the GE to the podium, you ask the audience, please now vote for best speaker. Please complete the voting for best topic speaker. When the GE comes, the voting should be only for best evaluator. Right? While the votes are being tallied, invite comments from guests. If you can say, we have a procedure where the president asks for the, yes, that is fine. Anyway, that's a club procedure, we can follow that. If you find any gap, don't simply stand here and wait. Don't do all those. If you have time and if the president is not clear and you are not clear, you have enough time, something is happening, you can ask for guest speech. Because anyway, all the speaking assignments are over, GE role is over, right? You can take charge at that time. And don't do any unnecessary gestures. Don't dance the sergeant dance. Don't ever do it. This looks very urgent. Right? You should have a club timing, 7:40 is our break. And Sergeant Tom should, if by casually doing, Sergeant Tom should say yes, okay. He should indicate you wherever he is, question the Sergeant Tom somewhere, where you are looking at him becomes very natural. But you don't do that. Though you are speaking, you are looking at a position where you look at him directly and it's a casual. He says, okay, now we'll have a 10-minute break. Nobody will know what is the signal passed on between you and us. Right? Let it be meaningful to you. Right? And if there is anything else, otherwise you can hand over the lectern back to the president. Right? These are the roles of MC. Please go through it as far as possible. Whenever the meeting has been successful, it will be only when the MC makes the meeting humorous. Please understand. Not that you need to try to be humorous. I am saying, whenever you have audience laughing a lot, you can convert any guest who has come that day to member easily. Because the energy levels are high. Okay? Repentance is my theme today. Have you repented today? You can start with that and everybody will feel done. And you can give quote after quote on repentance. Right? The energy level will go further down. And finally the guest will repent, why did I ever come to this place? right? So don't set a theme which is bringing the energy levels low. Set a theme which is invariably pumping up your energy. So MC will play a key role in converting guest to member or maintaining the interest for the member to come back to the meeting. Right? The MC has a very, very key role to perform. That is why in those days we used to fear the role of MC. It is not easy to take the role of MC in those days. But today I find it fairly easy. That is one good sign that people are okay to come for MC. But if you don't know these rules, then you do the role which is not the right way. Right, sir? Let me move on to the other role, general evaluator. Before you read the contents of the general evaluator, I would like to give an overall broad guideline. The timing for general evaluator can be 20%, often 90-minute meeting, which means you can get approximately 80 minutes, 1 day. Okay, let me give you the breakup. You can evaluate the speech of Sergeant Khan for 1 minute, President for 1 minute, MC 2 minutes, whether you do it in the beginning or end, that is left to you, but it is 2 minutes. Table topic master 1 minute and max 2 minutes. Assignees, each of your 4 assignees, you can tell them take a maximum of 1 minute or 1.5 minutes max. Right? Then each speaker will be evaluated by individual evaluators. They will be taking 2 to 2.5 minutes max. That is their evaluation time. The timer in those days used to ring the bell if I exceed 2.5 minutes. So whether you are to practice for any speech evaluation, you can also have the timer cards. Okay, 1 minute green card, 1.5 minute amber, 2 minutes red card, and stay. At the end of 2.5 minutes, indicate. Like 3 to 3.5 is actual contest timing. I request, because club meeting you may not have the time. Right? So you can give a maximum of 2.5 minutes. What you can do in 2.5 minutes, you can extend it to 3.5 minutes. Right? So that is the time. If you look at it, there will be 7.5 minutes for a 3-minute speech. Okay? 1 minute for Sergeant Khan, President 1, MC 2, PTM 1, which means 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 11.5, 12.5, plus 4 minutes for your 4 assignees, it should be 16.5. So your closing remarks can have 1.5 to 2 minutes max. Right? If you stick to the timing, then you will have an overall meeting with this. Right, sir? Right. And what are the key roles for GE? GE has to evaluate the overall meeting, which is not done by any other assignees, and give constructive feedback to the club to go move forward. He is an observer for the day for the entire meeting, and he has to evaluate the evaluators. Because as Toastmasters, we are supposed to give feedback for every assignees. Speakers get feedback from individual evaluators, general evaluators give feedback to the evaluators. Right? So that evaluators know what he has to improve on. What a speech Raju gave, but that's a lot. The great things you have said before that is done. The minute the evaluator uses the word but, you need to indicate you post this evaluator. Right? Raju made these things which are confusing, but he had a wonderful speech. That is different. Don't put all positives before, end with a but, and then continue. So you have to evaluate the evaluators on those grounds. And if you feel the speaker has done well, but the evaluator sees a different perspective, and you have a conflict which is not right, the evaluator has not done justice to that, you can present it to the evaluator. I would like to present to this evaluator one more perspective on this speech, which can be looked at it like this, so that people who are not in line with the evaluator's view of evaluation will get to know there is some more perspective also. Because many times when you evaluate, the club members are sitting there, accept that this is the general evaluation of the speech. Right? As a GE, you have to ensure that different perspectives are looked at. And fourth, for individual speakers, you are not supposed to give any content-based evaluation. It is required of you to give any unconscious gestures the speakers may have, which the individual evaluators are finding. Right? Without any purpose, a speaker taking a pen and putting it. Right? All those things you should look at. I given the timing, I given an overall guideline for you as a general evaluator. Now if you go through, this also has 3 things: prior to the meeting, upon arrival at the meeting and during the meeting. Let me go through one or two so that we can finish it on time. The general evaluator is just what the name implies, an evaluator of anything and everything that takes place through the meeting. The responsibility is large, but so are the rewards. The general evaluator is responsible to the Toastmaster who will introduce you. At the conclusion of evaluation segment of the meeting, you will return control to him or her. You are responsible for the evaluation team, which consists of timer, evaluator, accountant, table topics evaluator, use your club as one. The usual procedure is to have one evaluator for each major speaker, but this is not necessary because some speeches doesn't contain evaluation. You are free to set up any procedure you wish, but each evaluation should be brief yet complete. Right? Prior to the meeting, check with the Toastmaster to find out how the program will be conducted. If there are any planned deviations, you should know. Assume there is a deviation you have not known. Generally, we have prepared speech session for this club must be improved. That is general evaluator should not make a mistake. Right? You should check with them if there is a planned deviation. Call all evaluators to brief them on their job and to tell them whom they are evaluating and what evaluation format you will be using. That's for them. Right? You have to speak to them as a team. During the briefing, emphasize that evaluation is a positive helping hand. As a conscientious Toastmaster, their goal must be to help fellow Toastmasters develop the skills. Call the remaining members of the evaluation team to remind them of their assignments. Prepare a brief but thorough talk on the purpose, techniques and benefits of evaluation. If you have a guest for whom you need to express. As a general, you anyway to introduce at the beginning. As a general evaluator, my role is this. So anyway, that is taken care of. Right? Upon arrival, ensure that the individual evaluators have the speaker's manual. Meet all evaluators who are present. Verify each speaker's time and notify the timer. That is the role of general evaluator. But generally, the individual evaluator reads the time. It is better to tell them in advance. Sit near the back of the room to allow yourself full view of the meeting. Because if you are sitting in the front, you don't know whether I had eye contact with them or not. Always in the back. Take notes on everything that happens. Cover each participant. Before table topics, you will be asked to stand and brief the audience. Identify the grammar and accountant. Request one of the day of your club. When introduced to conduct the evaluation phase of the meeting, go to the lecture and introduce each evaluator. If the Toastmaster neglected to call for timers report for voting for the guest speaker, you can call to do so. Wrap up by giving a general evaluation. Right? These are the roles for a general evaluation. Right? If we all stick to times,